Sending love to my motherland, a beautiful place in Africa. They love like a family, but please don't step out our toes now. We are the elephants. Oh yes, I know we can.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much for joining to watch La TV tonight. My name is Ben, and guys, tonight is just, it's very, very amazing. Like, I really, really want to do this tonight because the kind of things that I'm going to talk about tonight is really, really very important to all of you. We are going to do it in a different style tonight because we all know that we've been using like lots of the local language, not really local, but our language. Okay. So without wasting much time, I really would like to invite my guests on the studio, and these are the people that I really want to have them introduce. But before I do that, how are you doing this evening? What is it like happening that side of yours? I'm so happy to be here tonight, and I am here because I want to bring something new. Like, we talk about creativity, we talk about innovation, we talk about other things. Now, on the screen here, it's myself and Sharon and Cynthia. You guys are welcome. How are you doing? Much as you
Thank you
are
so
there,
much. We're so glad
yes,
to be in tonight's
yes,
show.
yes. Yeah, sure, sure. That's great. It's good to have you on the show. This is probably the first time I'm actually hosting you guys. And tonight we're talking about creativity and innovation, which is very, very important. It's actually something, it's a way to go right now because apart from being creative and being innovative, I don't know, you'd be a very useless person, if not anything. Yeah. So, I am here, and I'm really excited to bring you guys over here. But guys,
Yeah, you're right.
you are watching. You know what? This is something that is probably coming on the show for the first time. Okay, for the first time. But I want this to be very, very interesting and very interactive because I want you guys involved here. And before I run much, like I talk a lot. So, guys, you're welcome. My guests, you're welcome. Let me give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and where you come from so that we can move on. Thank you. I don't know where you're going to start from. Should we start with Sharon or we start with Cynthia? All right. Maybe Sharon, can you talk more about yourself so that we can get to know you before we proceed?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for hosting us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are free.
We're free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My name is.
Wow. I know there's probably an internet problem, but they'll be back here. Okay? They'll be back here. Now, these are let me just tip you up. Let me just tip you up, guys, because these are paint makers. They come from Lira, and trust me, guys, they do their local paints right from um, they extract their paints locally. Do you guys know pala? I don't know what it is in English, but pala in our language actually it's something that is mainly found on the well and streams, you know. So just in case you know about it, please also write to us here so that we know what pala is. So before we talk much, let me just get them back here. Yeah, Sharon, you were saying you were still introducing yourself, please. Sharon, can you hear me? Hello, Sharon, can you hear me?
Thank you. My name is Kali Sharon. I'm
Yeah,
an
yeah,
entrepreneur and a visual artist from Paintmakers of Lira,
yeah.
located in Lira City, a northern part of Uganda at Baragole, Lira City. Thank you.
Yes. Without wasting time, please, Cynthia. I know I'm introducing you guys, but can you say more about yourself?
Thank you so much. We would like to apologize first for the network issue that is making us on and off. My name is Abe Cynthia Catherine. I am part of the team of paint makers of Lira, located in Barogole here in Lira City. What I basically do for paint makers is I'm into marketing and communication, but also I support the team in field engagements, in sourcing out for the materials to make out this paint. And that's why I'm here today for this program. Thank you so much, guys.
Well, tell us more about painmakers. Sharon, let me come to you. Tell us more about painmakers.
Oh, thank you. At Paint Makers, we do discover, we recreate, and also in the paint pigments and paint based on the land, based on the history, culture, and tradition of our land of Uganda. We make paint, ink, and pigments for artists from 100% water, natural materials from our land. And the practice that we always do, we speak to people who knows about the materials and where to get them. We interview them about the land, about the history, about the tradition, and where we can really get all those materials. And from there, by finding these colors in this way, we are able to talk about it and we are able to connect it to the inner psychological and physical connection to the land and its people. Thank you.
We are talking about this. Where are we found? Because I think this is very important. Like we talk about this, and then where can we be found?
We are found in Baragole, Lira City, West Division. Lira City is the capital of Lango, northern region of Uganda. That is where we found.
Okay, like I like doing it in a different way because it's always done at the end of the show. But this time I want to bring it a bit at the beginning. Do we have contacts that we can get before we even talk about more? Before we talk more about painmakers, uh, do we do we have like contacts,
Yes, we do have contacts. Uh,
please?
you can follow us at Instagram at Paintmakers of Lira. You can
Okay.
also contact us on our phone that we are going to share the number. I don't know whether I can give the number right away.
Yeah,
For
please,
those,
please.
yeah, for those who want to note it down, 0778
Okay.
29 7936.
Hmm. Maybe you repeat it.
As I repeat, 0778
Yeah,
29
yeah.
7936.
Perfect. Now, I know this. For how long has Painmakers been in existence?
It's probably coming to 2 years that we have been in existence. It started with researching, and maybe before we came to the real product that we are selling right now, it has been a journey. At first, we had a mission of creating pain
Mm,
for psychosocial activities in the community,
mm,
but when we reach at a point when we are running out of resources for procuring paint, we because we faced a challenge where paint became very expensive. So we dive into a research of searching for some paints that could be available around us, close to our environment. So with the research, we started making paints out of traditional materials, and also with the guidance from African Youth Initiative Network and other experts who helped us dive into this research. Um, our initial goal was to empower young people and also create heart-based healing practices for youth who are facing trauma in our area. So when we dive into this research and making of these paints, we realized that as personally, the team from Paintmakers of Lyra, we also wanted employment and also income generating opportunities. So we envisioned this as a way of generating income for us as well. That's why we are here today, discovering, recreating, and inventing pigments, not only for solving the issue of the heart-based therapy practices, but as well for generating income for us. Thank you so much.
wow, that is so amazing. Now, I'm already in love with these paints because what I see there on the screen is really amazing. Now, what what are these type of paints that you guys make, and how do you really get that? I know at some point we are going to play during the break. We are going to play a clip that really gets this product to be known. Yeah, but before that, like, how do you do? Like, how many types of paints you guys have? Like, you make?
Uh, like we said earlier, that our paint are handmade. We make them for skin, for watercolor, and also for wall painting, like you've seen. It does not work on these other paints, I mean, other wall, but the traditional art wall. Like we are saying, it's about rediscovering our culture and tradition. This paint work very well on our traditional hat walls, and also on our skin. It work well. Recently, we have partnered with a film industry, that is the Black Boy Entertainment. We are so glad to be their makeup artist, where we are doing skin painting to illustrate the character, to portray the character in the film. So it worked well. So, and for visual artists who use canvas and also other watercolor, it is very well. Um, it is very well for this as well. And also, uh, when when we are going out for the therapy, we do use this paint, as well as we are all aware that painting is one way for overcoming hunger, fear, and stress and trauma. This paint is really helping our community do a lot into this healing. So that is basically the paint we make right now.
Wow. Like, uh, to me, your paint is already very unique. But again, if I may ask, what really makes it so unique that it's not like any other paint? Like, I'm really so curious to know this.
Yes, our paint is really unique, and people keep asking this question time and again. But then to my experience, I would just wish people look at it and feel like this paint is unique. But if I'm to ask the question, did you people ever thought that this paint rescued us, the resources, the land, and maybe the power that we have right now in Northern Uganda? When I was interviewing an elder in our village, he told us about the dispute of land and power that used to be in the early 20th and 19th century. The dispute was over the land, was over the power and resources among the Buganda. All people were struggling for these resources. But this paint helped during the war, during this war, because the elders or the warriors could paint their faces with this paint. When they're going to attack their opponents, they could paint their faces with this, and they could go showing their bravery, showing their strength, and maybe to intimidate their opponent as well. So this paint, if they had not put on this paint, they would not have this strength. They would not have this this appearance of intimidating others. So by wearing all this paint, which shows that we are the warrior, we will defeat you and all that, it made them to save the resources, despite being like less superior, because their opponent were superior, they were dominating. But with this, they could go painted, and those people could get intimidated. And up to now, if we are to paint in this with this paint, like demonstrating the Hali tradition, in fact, you will find that people will get scared, people will get intimidated. So that's why we have our power, we have our resources, we have our land, because people wanted to take it. But through this skin painting, really, we really have it with us. The generations have been saved resources, land, and the power right now with the support of this paint. Yeah, that's why it is
Wow.
very, yes,
Wow. Wow,
yeah.
this is so amazing. I like the historical bit of it, and I also like the storytelling bit of it, and
Mm.
this makes it really interesting. And that takes me to this question: that like, how do you involve the community in getting to know that like this is the kind of product like they're supposed to, you thought like, how do you involve the community in this?
Okay, as we go into the villages to correct these colors,
Yeah.
we really show them how we pick these colors, and also they source it to us. By doing this, they're seeing the value of the resources or the colors they have around them, and with this, and maybe also telling them the stories, most especially the youth and the young people who have not yet discovered these stories that I'm sharing. They feel proud. They feel like actually they protect those resources so much, and
Mm.
also to the culture right now. As you can see, the koche dance, the kubu kubu in Acholi. Sometimes I see other people dancing without without skin painting. But if you tell
Mm.
them that, hello, this can be this is how it was done, yeah, they inherit it and they feel happy about it. And also, we have done hard painting to our neighbors around for to show them how people of the early years used to design their hut. Without these commercial paints coming on board, they really have that bravery of designing their households. Yeah, this makes it very special and engaging. And also, since this color and expects us to move to the communities, we have really created connections with the communities to the way that before I used to be this one that just goes to our house, come back, just like that, without having time to interact with the elders and the neighbors. But I
Yeah.
realized one of the special color, Sharon Suit Black, the black from our neighborhood cooking pot. So I got the
Mm.
time to bring the neighbors door to door, ask them, I need this product and all that. Some of the elders that watched me grow up with them, they started, Sharon, you're here. Oh my God, I thought I would not
Mm.
see you. Yeah, of
Yeah, yeah,
course, hand to mouth activities and looking for sources can keep the young people away to the extent
yeah.
that they don't have time to engage with the elders so much. But this project has made us the young people, most especially me, to have engagement with the elders at our community. So we have connections. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, this is amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Before we even go further, I would like to play this video clip before I go on for another question. Like, let's first play this and we listen to what it is like, you know?
Welcome to Paint Makers of Lira, a young and passionate paint making company. Our journey begins with collecting rich earth pigments from different parts of the land. We break, pound, crush, and grind them into fine powders. Through levitation, only the softest pigments remain. After mulling, we create smooth, vibrant paint ready to fill palettes. We also package others for artists and decorators across the world. 100% handmade using only local materials from earth to earth.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, guys, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Cause just in case you missed, I had to play this in the middle of the show simply because just in case you miss out at the beginning, you could actually still pick up from where we are. So we are talking about paint makers of Lira. Like these are the these are the three people talking about it, but those two ladies are the iron ladies talking about these pain makers. Yeah. So
Yeah.
before I get to Cynthia, like Sharon, maybe one more question to you,
Yeah.
because you see, this is something very creative, right? It's
Yes.
um, it's very creative. Now, the fact that you're doing this, I know people like copying a lot. Like they like copying and pasting. Now, there is also this local saying that the witch doctor doesn't reveal his or her tricks. When you're
Secret.
talking to the community, do you reveal how you do these things, or you keep it a little bit tight so that you know? I know it's quite
Yeah.
a hard question, but I think
There
how
is
do you go about
nothing.
that? Because someone will ask you, even if I don't ask you now, someone else will ask you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh, Actually, we are doing this together with the community. Like I said
Mm,
earlier, that all the resources, all the materials, we get them from the community. There is nothing we
mm,
hide. Uh, we like the gum, like the honey, and everything that we always get from the community. They know all the materials, they know all the sources, the resources that we use. So nothing is hidden. If we are going to show them what we do, we always give them all the information they need because we want them to also learn and also catch up with the history and tradition of our land. Yeah.
Wow. Cynthia, this is coming to
Uh,
you. I know all this being said, are there any partnership or ongoing collaboration that, like, you guys should let us know about that is happening and it's probably giving you maybe the support and the morale to continue with whatever you're doing?
we, we can hear you well.
Oh yes. Whatever I'm saying, like, is there any partnership, maybe with some other, maybe an institution, or maybe it could be a CSO, or you know, is there some partnership program going on? Maybe a collaboration with some institution. Can you guys hear me? I think it could be like a network problem. Wow. That's basically a network problem. But I'm very hopeful that they'll be back here anytime soon. Like, what I should let you know, guys, is that this studio that we use here for broadcasting all this requires a very powerful internet. That if you are in a place that the internet is not very strong, like the signal is not very strong, then definitely we are bound to have such an interference. Yeah, so that's basically it. But I know anytime soon they'll be here. These are the things, these are the kind of pains that they make, and I'm really, really excited to talk about it because I'm personally someone who loves creativity. I'm someone who loves to see that people are not sleeping, and they're working so hard to make things happen. So once such opportunity comes, and when they contacted me over this, I could not resist because I'm one person who is about creativity, so and innovation. So this is very, very important. Just to see how they are doing this, just to see how they make all this. It's amazing. Let us wait for them just in a short while. Now, these are the kind of paints that we can use. Like, we can use them for body paints. I think you guys who like going for this nyaga nyaga thing, and you always like, there's a lot of painting, and schools. Schools, I know you guys like painting so much. About you do those spider things, you do those like, how about you just go a little bit local and you tell the history with your drawing on our kids, rather than just telling a movie, a story of a movie, doing a spider, doing a spider, maybe doing this flash, doing other things. How about you come and you start telling our own stories? This is the kind of thing I would like us to start doing. So schools, if you're head of institutions, please, guys, if you're listening to me, these are the kind of people you need to contact right now, because I would like us to start telling our own story rather than going for this spider, Flash, Supergirl, Superman, all these things which are a bit more of like Western. It's not like I have any, vendetta against the West, it's not that. But how about we do a charity begins from home thing, where we tell our own story. So, guys, welcome back. I was trying to, like chip in a little bit and try to make some appeals. So I'd asked you a question, Cynthia, and I don't know whether you still uh, remembering like what I actually asked exactly, so that maybe you can say something about that from there. Because I talked about collaboration and then, yeah, maybe partnership. If you can talk about it.
Serious.
Cynthia, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Cynthia? Oh yeah, guys, it's just a network problem. But then, um, as we keep talking about this, we have things that now we can do locally. How about we give in that support? How about we put in some energy to put, uh, you know, um, locally made products as a priority? You know, like we support our own and we build our own. There is, I like this Babu, buy Uganda, like it's Bubu, yeah? Buy Uganda, build Uganda. I like that Bubu thing. It's really amazing. So if you could support your own product, to me, that is really, really amazing. Now, we have some few areas to tackle. We have the partnership. We also really need to know the challenges, and then somehow also how, if someone can really come in and support this initiative, how does that happen? And then immediately we shall go to your questions, like what you guys are asking, the kind of questions you guys really need to direct to this people behind the initiative. So just keep typing, keep writing. I really would like to know what you guys think and what you will have to say about this initiative. It's very amazing. Paint makers, someone going to the ant hill, picking up this paint, like coming with it and then turning it to the paint where you can use it on the body, on like on a house. Like this is amazing. This is unbelievable. Yeah. So let me just give it some few minutes as we try. But before that, let me just get to some of the things that you guys are talking about. This is amazing. I don't get tuberous. Tuberous. If I don't really read this well, you'll have to forgive me because I'm probably getting this for the first time. Like he or she, I don't know what that name is and which region this comes from. But you're saying the story is quite fascinating, which is really, really nice. Thank you so much. Now, guys, welcome back. Cynthia, you had a pending question that you need
Yes.
to answer. Yes.
Okay.
I really
Could
want to
you?
know if there is some partnership kind of
Oh,
collaboration thing going on.
well, thank you so much. I think we would have to apologize 100 times because the network has been disturbing. Um, like I said, I'm called Cynthia Abe. Maybe for those ones who have just joined also, I am part of the team for Paint Makers of Lira. Now, as Paint Makers of Lira, we prioritize so much relationships compared to business deals. And we know that when we have strong connections, it can drive to growth, success, and creativity. And that's why earlier on, when Sharon was talking about us having the spirit of sharing our skills with the community, that was the right, because that is what we do. And we are not so much into the monetary bit, but we want the community to understand what we do. So in terms of the partnership, the collaborations, which I would like to really term it as friendship, because at the end of the day, we want to give back to the community. First and foremost, I would like to thank so much a team that we collaborate with so much in terms of a space. We have African Youth Initiative Network, which is a national organization, and in short, it's called INET, and they work so much into fostering peace and justice for war victims and survivors, and they also ensure that they fight in terms of responding actively to GBV cases. So how does INET come in here as a collaborator? INET, as an organization, has always provided for us a space and guidance for us to operate and carry out this initiative of paint making. So that's why we really say they are really our great partners, or we collaborate so much. Without their guidance, without INET being there, we wouldn't really start up something as this. We had the idea, but they also came in to support us to start this through their guidance and advising how we can, start it with the limited resources. We also have Pigment Revealed International. That is a team from Washington, D.C. We have Melanie Acheta, and we also have Sophie Rodin. These people are really great. They have always offered consultancy services to us, because in Pigment Revealed International, it's a community where the different worlds, different countries involved in making these paints and pigments share their experiences. So with the team from Pigment Revealed International, they are like our partners in terms of the consultancy. In case we have a new color that we have discovered, we always share with them. Despite the distance, but with the internet, we can easily communicate now. So they guide us on what is the next motive. So we thank them so much. They're like our collaborators and partners. We also have other people that do follow us, but they're also in the same business. When I mean same business, it's not like they're also so much into this of making the paints with the resources like we do, but they get these pigments and paints from us and also sell it to their other people. So we have Lucy Myers, who is from London Pigment. She also supports so much in that. We have Channel Joy from Florida. She's a great artist, by the way. She does wall painting. She's very committed to her work. Now, Channel Joy has always been at the forefront, always. Whenever we make a post, she's quick to view on our Instagram. And she's quick to post it out. And when she receives our paints, because we also do shipping, she showcases. And creating a video when you're unwrapping something from the box, and this is what I'm going to say. And not just unwrapping, but she also does what we do, trying on the canvas, painting using those pigments and paints that we share. So that is Channel Joy. She has also been advising us and guiding us so much. We thank also Andreas Tutains. We have Dustin Smith. They're also followers, but they're also into the pigment world. Now, coming back into the country in Uganda here, we have 32 Degree East in Kampala. That is like a home that has been purposely created for Ugandan artists. When I mean home, it's because once in a while or once in a month, they do have, like a display kind of where people go and showcase whatever they have. Very unique and strange that when you go to 32 Degree East, paint makers are the only people with paints making these paints. Whatever you will find at the degree East, where artists go and showcase, are unique things, which again we don't have a clash. No one doing the same thing. There are different
Mm.
people crocheting. We have people, actually artists around the world, photography, drawing, yeah. So it's a home and platform for all people in the art industry to go and showcase their products, but also they help in selling. And also we have our products still at 32 degrees, which is in Kabalagala in Kampala. So we leave the paints there. We just ensure and follow up. So they are great partners because by the time someone offers to let you give the product there and they sell for you, talk about it. So we really
Mm.
are grateful for that kind of relationship we have with 32 Degree East. And a recent one we have Black Boy Entertainment, like Sharon mentioned earlier. This is something a new relationship that just started of recent, and Black Boy Entertainment through the team lead of Lincoln Ferro. Lincoln Ferro is an artist, a musician in Lira here. So he does film production, and we're so grateful that due to his film production, we were invited to partner with them. So paint makers behind the scenes, I believe in the new movie that they're working on, which is called Thunder Strike. Maybe
Mm.
for those who can access that on YouTube, but still, we can wait for the movie. So in that movie, you get to see the decorations, and I'm so grateful that you were displaying some of the photos here for people to see. So we did a
Sure.
painting. Picture have a story to tell about the experience. First of a kind, such of a partnership where you
Yeah.
are told do the makeup and you don't know what exactly to do, but you've got the page. Where do you come
Yeah.
from? But I'm glad it is beautiful and it makes the movie speak because we had to also do the decoration, the makeup in line with what the script wants. So that is
Mm.
a partnership we have with Black Boy Entertainment, and we thank the team so much. We also have, of course, now our followers, great artists. Even me, I'm not a good artist. I don't really do paintings, but we have those ones who try. So they always want to know what we do. And we are here to say that the relationships are better than the business deals, but business deals do come in. Yes, we need the money, but those are the few people I can recognize. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. When the internet was really interrupting you guys, I was actually trying to appeal to schools who do like graduations, like they do these school programs, like where they do face painting and so on, to really take like use this kind of paints instead of using other paints that we don't know where they come from. Like sometimes at the end of the day they may be harmful to the kids. Like this day, like it's like as if it's a world of cancer where you don't even know what is going to bring for you cancer, but these are locally made things. So to me, I feel like I rather go with something that I know how it was made. And of course, now, like you guys have told us how these things are got, which they're purely locally, like cotton. Like it doesn't have any, yeah, like some kind of chemical that maybe it's harmful and blah, blah, blah. I saw them on the characters of for the movie. Like it's really so amazing. So, that is something that I think if you could also find time and go to schools and maybe you get to sell the ideas so that next time, like the head teacher, if I were the head teacher and you tell me something like this, I'll definitely say, you you coming to do face painting, you go to paint makers and you get those paints. I will actually instruct. Sometimes I like behaving like I mean, because when I know something is really good, I will go for it. Y-
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So I
Okay.
think if you get the opportunity, please make sure you do that. There is this guy called Brian Amoti, and he's saying, "Hey, it's truly." inconceivable that those ladies aren't only painting but also promoting culture. They are crafting a fairy tale narrative outrageously by
Wow.
painting. I am happy for you ladies. Keep Lira blazing. That is something that is coming from Brian Amoti. Thank you so much, Brian Amoti, for coming in this late night, guys. I think we should really appreciate those ones who have really come in, because some of you are probably making babies right now, but these are the people who have chosen. These are people who have chosen. These are people who have chosen to get the information, which is very, very important. Some of you are very busy doing other things. Yeah. So there's this one called a 4-year-old Brian Kisser, and he's saying he's watching us from Nebi. Thank you so much for watching us. We really appreciate. And good for us, those in Nebi. And please, if you guys are doing any painting, whether it's a heart, whether it's something that we've been talking about, being it a school program and blah blah blah, it's a movie thing, make sure you get this paint. I think this is the answer to so much. Omara Alexander is saying it's amazing how we can actually utilize the local resources for our own benefits. Omara Alexander, thank you so much. Like it's amazing. Like, to me, it's very amazing. So as we go towards the last bits of our show, I would like to ask you, Cynthia, what are the challenges you guys go through? Like, what are the challenges? Because I know there are challenges.
True. Well,
Yeah.
still, on that note, thank you so much, those who have endeavored to at least give us the comments. We know you're right there with us, and we love you guys. As paint makers, okay, as a business, because this is already a business, from an initiative, we also need the support. But there are challenges that also do come in. And I want to begin by saying one of the greatest challenge that we do face, especially in terms of resourcing, getting these materials that we do use. We travel quite often to get these materials, and we are free to go to any extent, to any place that we feel we can reach. But also, we have realized that reaching out to the community, to the villages, to get these materials, at some point, the community, some communities they have failed to understand our motive, and also they have also failed to understand the nature of this business. I can't blame them so much, because I think at some point maybe we needed to also like extend a lot of mobilization like we're doing right now. But still, it's quite challenging, because some people think, the world is where the world is going. People want to be sure of what is happening, and they want to be safe. Imagine someone coming to your area and trying to do something. Of course, you will be, curious to know. So people have always failed to understand our motive, and also have failed to believe that it's from the stones. And when I tell someone I'm making paint out of this, then they wonder, why are you taking this from here? Even when you endeavor to explain at some point, it's not easy, because someone wants to take it in the way of the rules. You've encroached all these. And we have seen that maybe coming up, being live, appearing, would make people understand that we are not taking from the community, but we want to create something that we can give back to the community. So one of the challenges, people understanding our motive, which has been hard. Another thing that has been challenging so much is about the local markets. We have the paints, we make them in bulk, we have them in store, but selling it within the country, we do not have enough much clients within. We don't have many clients within the country. Most of our clients are foreign clients. That's why earlier on I mentioned about the shipping bit. Um, I think it's because they have not yet tried, people within have not yet tried so much our paints. That's why we have a challenge in the local market. But our main aim and target is the people within the community to use these paints. So our local market has been challenging, and we hope for a better, how should I say, outcome, maybe after these years. So we have artists around the world, but artists in Uganda, artists in Lira, people in Gulu, since we are more into the northern region, people in Nebi. So we request, because we know, yeah, we request because we know that they will benefit from this. Culture is going to be like alive again. And one last thing, or maybe before I say the one last challenge, maybe I could let Sharon say something. She has something to say, then I can pick up with the last challenge.
So this one is not basically a math challenge. Uh, we have been experiencing this since we started our research to mobilize, maybe collect resources from the community. Uh, when we started with learning from the elders, we realized, as we are all aware, that our tradition, our culture were affected by war. This history and other things regarding painting and colors were not kept. We keep searching for them, but we cannot find. So we are calling upon, maybe if there is anyone who knows about the history, the culture, any elder around Northern Uganda to join in and also support us and guide us further. Because we keep searching, we need like a traditional woodworker who does wood carving by hands for our palettes. We could not find it. Yet we want to bring out the traditional bit of it. We want to communicate and share our history and culture through our creativity, through our product. So it is very important for us to know these woodworkers, these elders who knows more about the history of our land, of our culture, and these colors to really tell us more about them, so that we learn and share with you as well. We are not only keeping this history for ourselves or for our business, but we also want the future generation to come to know about this culture as well. Thank you.
Wow, 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 that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
like this being, something now international. Like, your products are internationally used. Okay. Um, should we say that it shouldn't only be about our culture within? Should we say, like, you're kind of going to do paint that can tell almost every culture? Like, should we be talking about something that it's now universal? Because now, like, if people are there and they're using your products internationally, and you say like some can really get it. I remember, if I don't keep it, I think that is something I had earlier. Don't you think now, like, much as you guys are doing it for the locals here, but also there is that international opportunity that you guys need to, like, do this. How can you go about that?
Well, thank you. I think before I go to that question, I was going to add something later about what Sharon said
Yeah.
about the history. We carried out our research and we realized that the history is not really alive about these colors. Uh,
Mm.
so we have been thinking around the corner, like those dances, those cultural dances that we usually do have. I will give an example in the Acholi land. There is the Bola
Mm.
dance. during, I would say, enjoyment time or like celebration, respect, and all
Mm.
that. Uh, we would not want to know, could there be something about a painting or decoration or skin design that
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
there, if at all it was there. So our challenge, we have failed to access, I mean, this something that could back up this, because we know it was there, but we need a
Yeah.
backup. The challenge is we do not have a life history. We have not got that. Well, coming back to your question about the international market,
Yeah.
um, yes, these people that we do work with, they're quite unique and tricky, right? That's why I mentioned so much about our culture, because
Mm.
they who, as much as they buy from us, they again want us to prioritize our culture so much. You get? That's why when we're here, we are talking about our culture, and it makes them
Yeah.
happy. And one funny thing that we always do is we don't really just end into paint and making them out, but they also love to know how this paint was used in our culture. And that's why we are here
Mm.
saying we want to promote our culture, because for
Mm.
them, usually their major use, what they usually use these paints for, is like they don't use it for only their personal benefit, but whenever they are partnering and talking about these paints, they want to also put our culture attached to that. However much the market is international as well, we also prioritize our culture. But what they usually do in their paintings is they express, they mostly they do expressions through our colors, but they need our stories, which makes it
Mm.
greater in their collaboration. So that's
Mm.
why we promote the culture so much in this painting.
Mm.
Something about it. Uh,
Okay.
One of like, do we want to also adjust to other cultures as well? We want to begin with our culture. We can't jump to the culture like for the Europeans and other people. Europeans, if I'm to tell you, they have their culture documented and every history is there. Like if you go to their museum, they have their culture in display and everything.
Mm.
But
Mm.
us, we don't have it. Like in Lira, if you go to our cultural center, you will realize that we don't have those painting, the whole paintings of those days. Like I
Mm.
told you earlier, destroyed during the war. So we are trying to rediscover what we have lost in Northern Uganda, the culture that got lost.
Mm.
So we are rediscovering, we are recreating it so that the world should see. So it is a problem that we are solving. So other people might not be having the same problem that we are having. Maybe I cannot say the Europeans has the same problem. Uh, we have it and we are trying to address it. So it
Yeah.
is a call to action for us, the Northern Ugandans. Maybe with time we shall also adjust to other parts of Uganda, like the central, the western, and other things. But for now, we are starting from the root where we find something is missing, so that
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. I know. I know charity begins from home, and that is very important that you mentioned it. But I know sometimes, like as a product, like if you're a manufacturer, like you manufacture something now, like for anyone to use it, like just to tell their own stories. Now, like I know I did my art in my O level and in A level as well, and I've been using a lot of these colors, the crayons and so on. Like there are these pencils, like you find like 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, up to, I think, 6. Like they have different like texture, and they also have like like there's a way that if you if you have this at your disposal, you can do anything with it. So that's basically what I was trying to mean by you trying to look at all these international market. Like, if you can sell it and say, you know what, you guys have this, go tell your own story. It's okay, but we are just providing it for you. That's, I think, basically what I wanted to say. And then there is this guy talking to us. It's called David Gross. Like, it's just saying something here, very, 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 very technical. That it's only you people who can answer this. He's saying, curious about the colors. What is the traditional use of aloe cream? Where does almond market yellow come from? Like, it's asking something that if someone asks me as Ladidi Ben, I think I should go for some chat GPT or AI kind of thing just to get this answer. So what you guys have to say about this question?
Yes, thank you so much, David, for being part of the show. Thank you
Yeah.
for your question. Uh, we have these products online as well. If you take time, you can visit our Instagram page and our Hazy shop. Olo cream is one of the product we have at market. It's a clay from Olo. Olo is in Aloy, a Leptong district, northern part of Uganda. So we are
Mm,
naming, like you see, Olo cream. It's a product, it's a clay, it's a pigment. So it comes from Olo. So in our products, you will find that we have given them names based on the places that they're coming from. That's why we say it's our product. If you have it at hand, it is speaking about the place, it's speaking about our culture. That's why it is very unique when you ask, why is this product so unique? It gives
mm,
you a response. So, Olo Prim in Olo, we have a place where they do pottery activities. So, this clay is used for pottery activities. When you reach at the place, you will see a lot of women and men doing pottery activities. Of course, when we reached there and saw Olo Cream, we saw everyone doing pottery activities with it. It is not done, it is not used alone. We have other clays as well. From that pit, we have Olo Green as well. So, according to the potters, they says when you're mixing the clay, olo and other clay, of course, you find that olo cream helps the pot to be strong for a long period of time. And without olo cream, your pot is not considered a strong pot. That's why they're able to export their pots from long distances because of this olo cream. So it is a very special color as well. It is known for its creamy color and all that. Yeah, that is a response of David's question. And then Mon Maha, like we all know, and Mon Maha, maybe for people who don't know, Mon Maha is a highway. If you're going to Otuke, it's just at the border of Aleptong and Otuhe. So we have a river called Amon Maha. It happened, the story is that years back, there is a man who was known for his bragging attitude. So he found women, he found women gathered around the river. It had
mm,
rained, the river had closed the road, and no one could cross from the other ends of the road. So the woman came asking, you people, you have not crossed. What's wrong with you? Can you not just cross through this river? Now they say it has crossed and we can't cross, And men with their behavior. I'm strong, I can do anything like that. And he
yeah.
wanted to show women that he's strong. So he decided to cross the river. So water took him off and he started
Wow.
crying. Women help me, please. Women, help me, please. So women in our language is called mon. So a mon maha meaning women, help me, please. So we have a clay coming from that part as well. We have a pigment called amon maha. It is a yellow pigment and it is very interesting and nice. So for you to check our pigments, we have different types, like that one of Amon Maha. You can check our hazy shop and also have a glance, or you have a feel of it, and also share these amazing stories with us. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish I could have a word with the grandsons of that guy who brought this whole thing of Amon Magate, so that we can have more like chat. Like guy, this is it just feels like you've not told enough to the viewers. Yet our time is done. But I think just briefly, I'll just talk about something before we get to talk about how this initiative of pain makers of Lira can be supported. I would like to know how many colors are there. Okay, how many colors are there that you can say like we make these colors, we make these colors, we make these colors, and then on what surfaces do your paints work? Because you mentioned something earlier, but I think it's still worthy emphasizing more on that. On what surfaces do your paints, like work on? Like I mean, in terms of compatibility, durability. I don't know how you mentioned them. Like, please help us say something about that.
Yes, thank you. We have discovered so far 40 plus colors from within our,
Wow.
but we are actively working on 20 colors. We are actively
What?
working with 20 colors from different places. So,
Now, not just to interfere you, but how many colors are there in this world? Because it seems like there are thousands of colors.
yeah, we have 12 to 16 colors, but you know of earth colors. Uh,
Hmm.
you know of earth colors. Sometimes you might find that we have orange from this land, orange from that land. Of course, we
Oh yeah,
call them different colors, but same
yeah,
orange. Because the orange from Bala is carrying another story. The orange from Aguata is carrying another story and is having another reactions and textures. So
yeah.
we try putting all of them together so that you buy the one which suits your taste or the one you like the most. But you will find that they are the same colors, but with different stories and textures. Um,
Okay.
yes. Yeah. And also responding to what surface work best.
Yeah.
Uh, we have discovered that our colors, like watercolor paints, work best, one on canvas, two, it also work on watercolor papers, and also these other papers, like the book, like the usual painting books. Yeah, it works. And also on skin, we have all the 5 colors that work best on skins. Not all the 20 or the 40s work best on skin, but all the 5 are tested to work best on skin. Others don't react well on binders. You find that in a scenario, if you put a binder to help the color stick on the skin, it changes the color of the paint. That one, we don't use it. We prefer the one that if we put a binder, it is the same and it works normally on the skin. And also on the wall, we use cassava binder for wall. That's why if you see the past histories, our has used the cassava binder and the rest of the binders that we are yet to discover. So our color sticks on the wall, though not for a long time. You need to replenish it with time, like maybe after a year. Have tested a wall that has stayed for 1 year with the color already. Of course, with spraying. If it takes more 2 years, again, that's when I would tell people it takes 2 years. But for 1 year, it is tested. At some point, maybe if the wall is so much exposed to rain, it cannot stay for a long hour because at some point it will be washed away by
Mm,
rain. That's why you see
mm,
our history, ancestors used to paint their wall time and again, season by season. So with this paint, it need the same kind of I think, yeah. And,
wow. Wow, this is amazing. So, are you guys trying to do some little bit of research how you can as well go to this oil painting, like oil paint, but still with your products and all that? Are you thinking along that line, or you already it's something like work in progress?
yes,
Work in
it's work
progress.
in progress. Like we discover,
Yes.
we are never tired of discovering anything new. So we also
Amazing.
want ideas from people who know to collaborate with us so that we make the best use of these pigments and colors.
Mm. Wow, this is unbelievable. Now there is this guy called Dickens Richard Ginyakol is saying, thanks a lot for elaborating more. It's a blessing to have our culture and resources be recognized in Western world. It's really wait. It's really hard to find natural painting. Do you have TikTok accounts? That is something that is asking. You guys have TikTok accounts?
Well, thank you so much, Dickens, for that comment. I would love to say that for the meantime, the clients that we have been working with, most of them, we do find them on Instagram, like IG. That's why we had been so much engaged on Instagram. But about the other social media platforms, we are coming to that a bit by bit. Now that we are speaking about these pages here and we want you to get to know, at least it's an eye opener. We are glad we can go and now start this other engagement in other social media platforms. But still, what we do, we always want this making to be a part of us. And that's why if you get to follow, you realize in our individual accounts, whether TikTok, we still do post these, though it's individual, but we are yet to get there. Thank you.
Wow, that's really good. So that means people would like to also follow you on other platforms. So that's something you should take into account, as something very urgent. The same guy, Dickens Richard Ginyakol, is saying, "Thanks for the show. Watching you live from Canada, Ottawa." That is it. Thank you so much, Dickens, and good for us. Those at yeah, those in Canada. Yeah, I know we have a community there that um, they're amazing people, like really, really amazing people. So, guys, thank you so much. Just in case it is your first time watching us on Lakwe TV, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. And right now, don't forget, just like and make sure you share this so that people get to know about these pain makers of Lyra. Like they really know what they do, and just like you can hear, I randomly asked them questions and they stood, like for each and every, they stood the test. So thank you so much, the two ladies, Sharon and Cynthia, for being with us on the show. And you've really been very, very like grateful. I think everyone here really appreciates, just like you can hear here. So just in case I didn't ask anything, and you feel like you need to communicate something in just 1 minute, because I remember
Okay.
you haven't even mentioned how your initiative can be supported. Maybe you can have that. Then we come to a conclusion of the show.
Okay, thank you so much. Just a quick one, since we are
Yeah,
running out of time. What we
yeah.
request from the community and from you who is watching us out there is I will request you to kindly follow us on our Instagram page, Paint Makers of Lira. And you'll get to know a lot about us from there when you get to the Instagram page, Paint Makers of Lira. Then we also request the experts, the traditional experts, if they're out there, if they could also help us in exploring and discovering more earth colors, just like it was in the past. That is one of the requests that we also have. Another
Yeah.
request we have many people doing traditional dances who would like you to kindly create awareness with our beautiful colors. We could do a painting and do those traditional performances. We are here for you as paint makers of Lira.
Mm.
Then one more thing is we request you to be these clients, the local market. That's what we are requesting for. If you could be there for us, that will normalize ourselves within the region for these paints. Um, one more last thing is, as a request, we are working on a color which is a little challenging. It's called indigo. Maybe Sharon will add something more to it, but we request that is there someone who has a knowledge about this indigo color? Because all we know after our research is that it comes out of a flower. So we have realized that colors can also come out of plants. So our request is, could you help us direct us on where we can easily get this indigo color? Because it's one of the best colors that we have been thinking of getting for the past few weeks, and we are working on that too. So I think those are the requests that we do have. Because of time, we wouldn't really say much, but we really thank all the viewers. We thank those who are yet to watch this show, a recorded one. Thank you for really being a part of this. We are so grateful that you could be there for us in this short time, but we are glad we spoke. Maybe in the future we could share, we become business partners instead, because we were thinking we could only, do the relationship bit, but we know the color is very beautiful. You need to experience this color.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow, this is beautiful. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for speaking to us on this show. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank you, Dickens, for your contribution towards the show. I want to thank you, David Gross, for being part of the show. Mara Alexander, Foy Road, Brian Kisser, and Brian Amoti, Adunget Tibras. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being part of this show. And from me and the two beautiful ladies, who would like to say bye bye till we meet again next
Bye.
time here. And please, for those of you who are going to sleep, please have a great night. For those of you who are looking for babies, like I said earlier, we wish you the best, and we wish for you like to get the twins. I know that is really, really very, very important. And I know some of you are really waking up, especially those in Australia. You, I think you've probably woken up, or you're almost waking up for work. Some of you are still working like night. And some of you are still during daytime. Yeah, really. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until we meet again, thank you so much.
Sending love to my motherland, a beautiful place in Africa. They love like a family, but please don't step out until now. We are